Every alliance decision starts with the same question: who do we actually have, and how strong are they right now? The roster is where LegionMate answers it. A spreadsheet goes stale the day you make it. This one keeps itself current, because the players updated themselves from a link you sent them once. In the next few minutes, setting it up, getting players onto it, reading a card, finding anyone in seconds, and what the numbers tell you over time. Start in the rosters menu, under settings. Everything here shapes what your players see and how the app judges whether their numbers are current. Name the alliance and give it a server number. The name is not decoration. Without it, there is no registration link at all, so this field comes first. That gives you the registration link. One link for the whole alliance. It opens LegionMate straight on a join screen, and anyone holding it can put themselves on your roster, so treat it like a door key. The update schedule is the important one. Weekly or monthly is how often you expect players to refresh their power, and it is the only thing that decides whether someone reads as active or as needing an update. Set it to never and every player stays green forever. That is honest if you collect the number some other way, and misleading if you don't. Below that, decide whether players may edit their own entry. Leave it on and the roster maintains itself. Switch it off and every change has to come through you. The last three switches add optional fields to the registration form: profession, resistance, and base coordinates. Ask only for what you will use. Every extra field is one more reason someone abandons the form. Save, and the roster picks the changes up straight away. A player taps it and LegionMate opens, on a join screen carrying your alliance's name. For most of your members, this is the first time they ever see the app. It asks for one thing: their in-game name. As they type, it searches your roster and suggests the names already on it, and any name already connected to somebody's account is shown as taken. Someone you already added by hand picks their own name off that list, and the entry becomes theirs. Same row, same history, now with an owner. And a name that is new gets added to the roster there and then. Either way, they land on their own player page on the Update tab with the 3 power fields waiting. Opened without the app, on a desktop, say, the same link is still the web form. In-game name, the 3 squad powers, and the optional fields you switched on. 30 seconds, no account at all. In return, they get their own personal link. That link is theirs from now on. It reopens their entry, so next month they update in one tap instead of registering again. And on your side, they are simply on the roster. You did not type anything, and the number you are looking at came from the person who owns it. There is always someone who will not click a link. The person add button in the header covers them. One field, the in-game name, and they exist. Arabic names, English names, symbols, whatever they actually use in the game. Save, and they are on the list. They are created exactly as if they had registered themselves, personal link included. Send them that link directly, or let them open the alliance link and pick their own name off the list. Either way, the row becomes theirs. A player added this way starts with no squad data at all, 3 zeros and a 0 total, until they open their link and fill it in. That is a to-do list, not a bug. The pill at the top left always carries your plan and how many players are on the roster. The quickest read there is on how big the alliance has actually grown. With players on it, the roster is a stack of cards, 1 per player. Every card carries the same 5 pieces of information, so learn 1 and you have learned all of them. Along the bottom are the 3 squads: plane, rocket, tank. The one picked out in color is that player's strongest, which is the number that matters when you are balancing storm teams. On the right, after the sigma, is the total of all 3. That is the figure most planning gets done against, and the one the sword defaults to. Top right is the status pill: active, needs update, or inactive, and the same color runs down the left edge of the card, so you can read the state of the whole alliance while scrolling past. That status is not something you set. It is worked out from the update schedule you chose earlier against the last time this player's numbers changed, nothing else. And tapping any card opens that player in full: history, notes, absences, their link. That screen is a subject of its own, and it gets its own video. At 70 players, scrolling stops being a plan. Search narrows the list as you type, and it matches the Discord username as well as the in-game name. Clear it and use the sort button instead. 4 orders, and each one answers a different question about the alliance. Highest power first tells you who your main slots are. Least recently updated tells you who has gone quiet. And that is the list you want before sending a reminder. The chips above the list are the quick filter. All active, needs update, inactive. One tap answers who is current, which is the question you will ask most often. The icon at the end of that row opens the real filters. Start at the top, power basis. Switch it from total to aircraft, and everything below now works on aircraft alone. Then a threshold, at least this much total power, or at most. Both directions are useful. Above the bar is your storm shortlist. Below it is who needs help. The second threshold works on whichever squad happens to be that player's strongest. So you can ask for everyone with a heavy squad without caring which of the three it is. And this switch hides everyone with no squad data at all, usually the people who registered and never finished. Watch the count on the button as you set it. Apply, and the filter icon keeps a dot on it, so a filtered roster never looks like the whole roster. Reset clears everything. Filters only change what you see, never what is stored. Sooner or later, half the roster goes amber. Send reminder in the header menu is the blunt instrument for that. One push to everybody at once. It opens with a title and a message already written, so the fastest possible reminder is 2 taps and nothing typed. Rewrite them when you have a reason. A reminder that names tonight's event gets acted on. A generic please update gets swiped away. Underneath are Arabic versions of both. Fill them in, and each player gets the notification in their own language. The app picks per player, not per alliance. Send to all, and the confirmation tells you how many players it actually reached out of how many you have. That gap is worth reading. Only players who opened their link and allowed notifications can be reached. Anyone who never opened theirs is unreachable this way. Send them the join link, and that fixes it for good. And if what you really want is to nudge only the people who have not voted on an event yet, that is auto nudge, and it is far more precise than this. Export CSV is one row down the same menu. It builds a real spreadsheet file and hands it straight to the share sheet, so it can go to a chat, a drive, or your own email. The file is stamped with today's date, which makes a folder of these an archive, and it is always the whole roster. Filters on screen do not narrow it, so you get everybody and you filter in the spreadsheet instead. The top item in that menu is Analytics, and it answers the questions a list cannot. Is the alliance growing, and who is actually carrying it? 2 figures at the top, how many players you have, and the total power across all of them. That second number is the one you quote when someone asks how big you are. Below it, a 30-day trend of that total, and you can split it by squad. A line that climbs on tanks but is flat on aircraft is a very different alliance to plan around. Top growers ranks people by how much power they actually gained, weekly or monthly. Not who is biggest, who is moving. Those are rarely the same players. Then the update status breakdown, the same 3 colors from the roster, counted. This is the honesty check on everything above it. Because the trend is built only from the updates players submit. If half the alliance has not updated in a month, the trend describes the half that did, and this list tells you exactly how much to trust it. And the recently active list is the other side of it. Who updated today? Who updated this week? Read together. Those 2 lists are your reminder round. That is the roster. Set the schedule once, share the link once, and from then on, it is the players who keep it true rather than you. Everything else in LegionMate reads from it. Desert Storm teams, Canyon Storm, the train, participation scoring. A roster nobody updates makes all of those guesswork. Every screen here has the little help icon, with the same explanations written out, and each of those other features has a video of its own.